So good morning, dear students from Superior Americano School. I hope you're having an excellent week. My name is Cristian Ruiz, and today we are celebrating our Superior Week through the activity Superior Seeds. And today we have a special guest. His name is Tim, and we will be discussing about growing food at home. Hello, Tim. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing fine. How are you? Thank you.
I'm excellent. Okay, let's get started this interview with a short introduction about yourself. So could you please tell us your name, your nationality, everything about you?
Yeah. So, hello, my name is Tim. I come from a small country called Belgium. Um, I work here as an operator in a printing firm. And yeah, I, I would I'm so happy to be here and to tell you about stuff we do here.
Thank you so much again for accepting our request. My other question is about your country, Belgium. So please tell us something about your country, what is famous, because probably my students don't know too much information about Belgium.
True. I was expecting that because Belgium is such a small country. I mean, to compare it to a department in Colombia, it is exactly the same size as the department of Santander. So that is like in comparison to Colombia, it is very, very small. So not a lot of people know a lot about my country. First of all, where is my country situated? It is in Europe, and it is bordered by Germany, France, and Holland, the Netherlands. And then across the water, we have England, really close to us. For the rest, how would you know Belgium? I think cartoons. I think you know a lot of Belgian things, but you don't realize they come from Belgium. For example, if you watch, I think in Spanish they are called Los Petufles, the
Yes.
Smurfs, they are created in Belgium. Same thing for the character called Tintin, the one with his little dog. Also, that's a Belgian cartoon. So there are some stuff that are happening here, but it's a small country.
That's right. Pitufos or Smurfs are really famous here in Colombia too. All right,
Oh,
so let's get into the topic. My first
okay.
question is, do you grow any vegetable in your house, or do you know someone who grows vegetables in the house?
I have to say right now, my wife and I don't grow that much simply because we don't have a lot of space to do it. But of course, we try to grow ourselves some herbs like mint, cilantro, stuff like that. But my mom has this amazing garden where she grows so many vegetables. Like once once in a while, we visit my mom, and then she would go to the garden like wait, and she would pick up so many vegetables, so many fruits from the fruit trees, and she would give it to us, and that is just perfect. I love eating uh homegrown vegetables. It's amazing, but sadly enough we don't have enough space for that.
Thank you. In Belgium, how do people get herbs or vegetables? Are they expensive in the market?
Well, a lot of people go to the market because Belgium, since it is very small, but still we have 11 million people living in this country, which means that all the houses are really close together. It is actually, if you take a picture from space, you can see the entire country of Belgium just as one big ball of light because all the cities are so close to each other. So not a lot of people have the space or the luxury of space to grow their own vegetables. So a lot of us go to the markets. And also, I think because a lot of us go to the market, it's not super expensive. Of course, when you buy things, since we have 4 seasons here, it's not like in Colombia you have dry and rain season. Here we have the 4 seasons. So sometimes there are some vegetables that only grow in summer. If you're gonna buy those vegetables in summer, they will be half the price than if you would buy those vegetables in winter. Um, but the prices are like in general are not that high. I mean, everyone buys a lot of vegetable. There's a lot of vegetable being created by farmers. So it's actually quite good.
Thanks. My other question is, in Colombia, most of the traditional meals have vegetables or herbs. So how often people in Belgium eat vegetables?
We do it actually quite a lot because the kitchen we have, since we're such a small and a young country, we were part of France, part of the Netherlands, but we took a lot from the French kitchen. So basically, if you watch TV and you see something about French restaurants, they have a lot of vegetables in there. Look at the Disney comic Ratatouille, which is basically a whole vegetable dish. So since we have a lot of that cuisine, we also eat a lot of vegetables. Yeah.
Thank you. I'm curious about this. So in Colombia, we have a lot of traditional fruits, such as guava, dragon fruits, papaya, a lot,
Mhm.
mamoncillo. What is traditional fruit in Belgium?
I think the most traditional fruits here are apples and pears. So in one particular part of the country, they grow a lot of apples and pears that are being exported to a lot of countries. Um, for the rest, when it comes to vegetables, we have chicory. I think it's called chicory in English. And of course, we even have a vegetable that is named after our capital city, which is Brussels sprouts, coles de Bruselas.
Yes, of
So
course.
we have that one. And then I think we're also pretty famous for our strawberries in strawberry season, um, but not the exotic fruits, of course.
Okay, yes, Belgium is famous for other things like
Yeah,
waffles, beers, but not
love
for the fruits.
chocolates. Yeah.
Yes, for the chocolates too. Okay, I will continue with the part three of this interview. How important it's to implement cultivation techniques in your social environment. So take into account the situation of the pandemic. So you see, people have to grow their own food at home because it's necessary for nowadays. But what do you think about this implementation?
Well, first of all, from my own experience during the whole pandemic, all shops here in Belgium stayed open. So there was not a big problem of people running out of food because shops were closed. We were in this lockdown, but we were still allowed to go to the shop. Like they never said, no, you can only go to the shop on this day of the week or anything like that. We have the shop right in front of our house, which is perfect. Um, but yeah, and also the shops didn't run out of vegetables. For some reason, there was a crazy chaos when it came to toilet paper and spaghetti, but the vegetables and all the healthy stuff stayed in the shop and would never run out. So I didn't feel the COVID pandemic like changing that a lot in my life.
Thank you. To sum up, what benefits have to grow your own food at home? What do you think?
I've like I know for sure because at one point we really started to create space to grow vegetables. And the thing is, when you want vegetables and you buy them in a market, you're probably gonna buy a lot. And if you're gonna buy a lot, by the end of the week you will forget about it, and half of it will end up in the trash, which is not a good thing. But if you start growing your own vegetables, your own fruits, you start to put a lot of effort into growing it, and you put a lot of value into what you just created. It takes so much time sometimes to just get 5 tomatoes. Well, if you go to the market, you just grab 50 tomatoes and then 20 are in the trash. So growing your own food gives you such a good idea of how much work the farmers um, put in them, and yeah, how much work it actually is to create what you have on your plate, and how important it is that you just don't throw it away.
Thank you so much for all your information. So that is all for now. So could you please say hi to my students? So
Yeah.
they study in the Colegio Superior Americano. Could you please say hi to them?
Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? I hope you really enjoyed this English day. And maybe if you come to study to Belgium or if you travel Europe, we will maybe meet each other. So it's important to keep this English going so you can travel the world, and then maybe one day we will meet.
Awesome. Thank you.
Good.